Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to do some bench testing with the 3 backpacking stoves that I have, and the reason I want to do that is to try to make an educated guess on what stove I want to take, when it makes sense to take a heavier stove, when it makes sense to take a lighter stove, and also, just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what was more efficient. So the 3 stoves I'm going to be testing today, I made this soda can alcohol stove. I've made a Supercat stove. This is very popular with the ultralight backpackers. And then I've got my 750 milliliter titanium pot, and in that I have recently purchased a cheap backpacking stove. I think this was $7 off of Amazon. And then the little fuel canister fits inside. Fits inside the pot like that. So I'm going to use the same pot to test each of the stoves, and I guess my test will be boiling 2 cups of water and measuring the amount of fuel, by weight. And also I'll just be taking a look at how long it takes to boil. So there's a convenience factor in there as well. So I thought I would start by just measuring the each stove and their fuel, just to see what that comes out to. So the backpacking stove from Amazon and a 4-ounce fuel canister comes out to 11.35 ounces. And then I will take, I guess it's about an 8-ounce Nalgene bottle. So the 8-ounce alcohol and Nalgene bottle comes out to 9.27 ounces, and then the Supercat stove comes out to 9.12 ounces. So I'll get to the test here. I'm going to set up the alcohol stove, probably the Supercat stove first, and see how that does. Okay, so I've got I measured 1 ounce of alcohol in here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and light the stove and let that heat up and prime. And then we'll go ahead and set our 2 cups of water on there and see how long it takes to boil. Here. Okay, got my water ready. Okay, we're coming about the 4:15 mark since we lit the stove, and got some small bubbles starting to form down the bottom. it's taking a while here. So we'll check back in here in another minute or so. Okay, so working with the Super Cat, we're gonna do a check here about getting close to 5.5 minutes. Close to it, starting to get some good bubbles going. So when it gets to a full rolling boil, which is what we're looking for, I am going to extinguish the stove with this cup just so I can measure exactly how much fuel it takes to bring the pot to a full rolling boil. Okay, we're getting close to the rolling boil here. A lot of times you'll be able to hear it. And there it is. Okay, full rolling boil, about 6.5 minutes. I'm going to pull that off of there with the pot lifter. And I'm going to extinguish the stove like that. And still quite a bit of fuel in there. We'll go ahead and let that cool down, and I'll weigh it and see how much fuel we actually used. Okay, so I measured, and it was 0.58 ounces of alcohol to boil the water. So next up, I've loaded my can stove here with 1 ounce of fuel, and I'm going to get some cool water and test this one. Okay, here comes test number 2. We're going to light the can stove, let that get primed up. I'll start my stopwatch again. See how long this one takes to get primed here. Okay. So we got the stove lit here. We're going to let it get primed. We'll throw this water on, see how long it takes to boil. And then the last stove we're going to test is this little backpacking stove. You can hear that one start to boil the alcohol. That's when it's getting primed there. There we go. Put the lid on. Put the lid on it. Oh, it looks like it went out. It's still going. think my stove went out again. No, it's still going. I'm gonna let it get hotter. It's apparently not hot enough to. There we go. Oh, there we go. Now it's ready. It's cooking pretty good there. Center it up on the stove. Let it cook. A lot. Seems like it's a little smaller flame with this can stove, obviously with the smaller holes. I wonder if it'll be more or less efficient. We'll find out. Okay, it's been about 4.5 minutes. I'm gonna take the lid off here and check it. Got some bubbles going on the bottom. I'll let it keep going here. Okay, we're coming up to the 9-minute mark. It's taking a while for this water to boil. It's getting close. Just not quite to the rolling boil we're looking for yet. Okay, there we go. About 10 minutes and 45 seconds on the time. Set that down. Put out the stove. We'll let that cool down and we'll weigh see how much alcohol we used. Okay, so the verdict for the can stove is it took 0.54 ounces of alcohol and almost 10 minutes to boil. So that's considerably a lot longer time, and it took even about the same amount of alcohol. So I'm going to go ahead and reset, and we'll test the Amazon backpacking stove and see how much fuel that takes and how long it takes to boil. Okay, so we're going to now ignite our last stove here that we're going to test, which is the Amazon, backpack stove here. It's got this little igniter switch, which is kind of neat. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on. See how long it takes. This one's quite a bit noisier. There we go. So 3 minutes. 3 minutes, boiling water. We're going to weigh it out and see what we got. Okay, so the 3 stoves, this one used 0.58 ounces. Took about 6.5 minutes to boil the water. This one took 0.54 ounces and took over 10 minutes to boil the water. And this one shook out at 0.45 ounces and took 3 minutes to boil the water. So if you don't mind taking the extra weight, which for reliability's sake, I'm new to these backpacking stoves, but I've taken them out a couple times where it was windy. Even using a nice windscreen kind of made it a pain in the butt when it was really cold to use this. I'm guessing in the summer months it's probably a lot more effective. I know in the winter time, which is why I bought this, because I was having issues with these, this will definitely be my go-to backpacking stove. So hopefully the information that you've gotten from this video will be useful. If you do like my videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.